It's Kevin Black.
Andrew Holness, there is hope. And hope is visiting Jamaicans right now.
The Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, is adamant that their distribution of achievement booklets is not a sign of nervousness. Instead, they assert they are as confident as ever going into the election based on their administration's accomplishments. Spokesperson for the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, Venetia Phillips, defended the party's work at their St. Andrew East Rural Parish meeting on Sunday.
They're frustrated. They're a set of frustrated people because they're not accustomed to election campaign like the one they're seeing now. They're not accustomed to achievements being used as the main tool of campaigning. They gave their bloggers some talking points that if we were confident, our leader wouldn't have to be out there. But let us remind them, Andrew Holness, he's a Jamaican. He's from the people. He's for the people. He's of the people. And he's with the people. And he's not afraid to be associated with the people.
Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, emphasized his party's achievement while dismissing the opposition PNP as a viable alternative.
How can we trust the future of our children with a man who say he might go extend hours, and when the Jamaica Teachers Association say, yo, that can't work, that him say, well, me I go try and look at it again. There is no fluff in this document. None of these achievements were because policies were determined on the fly. None of these documents, these policies, these success, these achievements were determined without thought, without work, without team effort.
One of the aforementioned achievements was highlighted by Minister with Responsibility for Water, Matthew Samuda, the $1.4 billion Water Distribution Improvement Initiative for the people of Red Hill, St. Andrew.
Dear Prime Minister, in February of this year, broke ground on a water treatment plant that will bring 15 million gallons to the people of Kingston and St. Andrew. Labour writes, your government is fixing water. Your government is making sure whichever community you are in, you will have water in your pipe. Because we're done with the bath pan, a time for shower.
Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
Health, security and the Prime Minister's finances were front and center at Sunday's People's National Party constituency meeting in St. Mary. Party officials didn't hold back in their criticism of the Holness-led administration while making promises of change if the PNP forms the next government. Details from Amoy Harriet.
The political heat just got hotter. The opposition People's National Party is turning legal pressure into political fire, condemning Prime Minister Andrew Holness following last week's Supreme Court decision to uphold a controversial affidavit detailing questions about his finances. The Prime Minister has denied any wrongdoing. But speaking at a PNP constituency meeting in St. Mary on Sunday, opposition spokesman on finance and Member of Parliament for South East St. Andrew Julian Robinson said the findings of the investigation depict a different story.
And when they go further and they are probing his finances, they can't find the sources of his income. Now you might wonder, why am I talking about this? Why does it matter? It matters when the government paid $31 million for a drill that cost $3 million. You know why it matters? Because when you go to the hospital and you need to do an X-ray or an MRI, them send you to a private place and you have to pay $50,000 for it. It matters. Corruption matters.
And Mr. Robinson had this question.
And by the way, the affidavit says there is some investor named Investor A in medical technologies. We want to know who is Investor A. Who is Investor A who is linked to Donovan Williams, the Member of Parliament for Central Kingston, who acts as the secretary for two other companies that the Prime Minister is in?
Now, earlier that meeting, opposition spokesman on health and member of parliament for St. Mary's Central, Dr. Maurice Guy, took his turn to slam the government for what he described as inadequacies in the health sector. Mr. Guy referred to a 2024 report from the National Health Fund, which reviewed that over 2.7 million prescriptions were filled for Jamaicans that year.
But the reason why it reached 3 million now is that Jamaicans are suffer. The sufferation on the land is creating a lot of illness. So when the FAO can come and tell us that there's 55% hunger, or what you want to call it, right, in Jamaica, food insecurity in Jamaica, it is a telling tale.
In the meantime, Mayor of Port Maria, Fitzroy Wilson, is taking the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, to task over what he says is partisan operations. The mayor went further, leveling serious allegations against Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang.
I must have been the only member of the mayorship in Jamaica that don't have bodyguard. Them approved bodyguard for me, and they say, Wilson, no bodyguard. I want to say to the Jamaica Constabulary Force today, is it that the Minister Chang is who decides what happened in the regular running of the Jamaica Constabulary Force? I am saying to you, they want to get me killed. They are not affording me with no bodyguard. I'm saying tonight to the Jamaica Constabulary Force, do the right thing. Do not be political. We love the police, but the upper hand, listen, no little constable or corporal can contaminate the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And the big man them have bat up. And when I say to you, be wary in this election. Tomorrow they can come for me, because I have always stood up.
Amoy Harriet reporting for CVM News.
The Jamaica Labour Party's Robert Miller has officially launched his re-election campaign for the St. Catharines Southeastern constituency. Miller says his performance over the last 5 years surpasses what the opposition delivered in more than 3 decades. Raymond Morrison reports.
And that's the call for Robert Miller's campaign in hopes of once again securing the seat for St. Catharines Southeastern. The Member of Parliament officially launched his campaign with a promise to do even more for residents, not just those who support his party, but everyone in the constituency.
Regardless of which political divide you are, because in this office, you can realize that it's not painting green, it's open to everyone. And that is a policy that we operate. I am the Member of Parliament for everyone, and I will continue to be the Member of Parliament for everyone.
And in his address, Miller boasted about his performance over the last 5 years, claiming it surpasses what the opposition delivered in more than 3 decades.
I can proudly say in the 5 years that I've been Member of Parliament in Southeast St. Catharines, have done far more than the 30 odd years that the opposition had reign of this constituency of Southeast St. Catharines. The facts are there. The records are there to prove. From road infrastructure, when you talk about Robinson Close, when you talk about Portmore Gardens, when you talk about Merkel Way, those areas have not been resurfaced for over 40 years.
He also outlined major development plans, including transforming the popular Port Henderson Road into an ecotourism destination and introducing a ferry service connecting Port Henderson, downtown Kingston, and Port Royal.
We want the redevelopment of Port Henderson Road. That is still on the agenda. We want to transform Port Henderson Road as an ecotourism destination. Ensure that we bring quality entertainment to the residents of Southeast St. Catharines. We want to implement a ride and go. We want to ensure that we implement a ferry system from Port Henderson Road to downtown Kingston and to Port Royal.
Meanwhile, Westchester Division caretaker Tashai Rose urged unity and full support for Miller, even swearing by his leadership.
I'm not gonna just ask the JLP. I am seeking to each and every person who is on the voters list in Southeast St. Catharines. I am begging you, whether you're PNP, JLP, no P, we are begging the support for Robert Miller. I am behind him 150%. He is a very good man. You can call on him anytime. He's always there for the people. So I am begging you, I cannot emphasize anymore.
The launch ended with renewed energy from supporters who believe Miller can deliver on his promises. Miller will be facing off with the PNP's Dr. Alfred Dawes, while promising a campaign grounded in infrastructure, unity, and development. Raymond Morrison, CVM News.
More CVM News at